On January 6th, hundreds of people breached the US Capitol as Congress counted electoral votes from the 2020 election. Among the rioters were supporters of President Donald Trump, QAnon conspiracy theorists, and far-right groups like the Proud Boys. Photos and videos from the scene show people descending on the Capitol while carrying pro-Trump flags and wearing QAnon symbols. The assault followed a White House rally during which President Trump protested Congress's efforts to certify the election results in favor of Joe Biden. But as the violence unfolded, some Republican lawmakers blamed it on another group. This has all the hallmarks of Antifa provocation, Representative Paul Gosar of Arizona tweeted.
Lou, we did have some advance warning that there might be Antifa elements masquerading as Trump supporters in advance of the attack on the Capitol.
Is there any evidence to support rumors that Antifa orchestrated the Capitol attack? It's time for the Truth-O-Meter Minute. Hey everyone, I'm Daniel Funke with PolitiFact. Antifa is short for anti-fascist. The term is used to describe a loose coalition of left-wing activists who protest against white supremacy without the aid of police. Sometimes Antifa uses violence to achieve its means. Since 2017, Antifa activists have been wrongly blamed for several violent attacks and natural disasters. So we wanted to review some evidence that Antifa was involved in the Capitol riot. Exhibit A. A photo of a man who stormed the Capitol in a horned fur cap. After the attack, some social media users said this man was a quote, Antifa thug. His name is Jake Angeli, and he is not an Antifa activist. Angeli is a Trump supporter, and he is a well-known believer in the QAnon conspiracy theory. He calls himself the Q Shaman. He was arrested on charges of disorderly conduct and violent entry. Exhibit B. A Washington Times story about a facial recognition firm. This is the story that Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida cited on the House floor as proof that Antifa was behind the riot.
The Washington Times has just reported some pretty compelling evidence from a facial recognition company showing that some of the people who breached the Capitol today were not Trump supporters. They were masquerading as Trump supporters and in fact were members of the violent terrorist group Antifa.
The Washington Times reported that a firm called XR Vision used facial recognition technology to match two Antifa supporters to two men seen inside the Senate. That's wrong. XR Vision denied contributing to the Washington Times story. The firm told PolitiFact that it identified two Nazis at the Capitol insurrection, not two Antifa activists. The Washington Times later corrected its story. Exhibit C. A supposed breaking news item on social media. This popular Facebook post says that the FBI confirmed that Antifa was behind the riot. In fact, the agency said the opposite. On January 8th, Assistant Director Stephen D'Antuono said that there was no indication Antifa was involved in the riot. For all of the talk from politicians and on social media, there is no credible evidence that Antifa activists were involved in the Capitol insurrection. Meanwhile, the evidence that Trump supporters were involved is indisputable. Time for the verdict. Claims that Antifa orchestrated the Capitol riot rate pants on fire. For more fact checks, go to PolitiFact.com. And for more videos like this, be sure to subscribe.